Greetings, I am Omar Hussein, clinical pharmacist residing in Egypt, Giza specifically, and this is my final project for CS50 SQL. As a clinical pharmacist, every month we have to write a clinical intervention report detailing all the patients that we've overseen, the medication that we found issue with, and the specificities of the drug problem that we face. Due to the nature of it being a monthly based report, we have to always do it in individual intervention sheets and then upload it on the drive. This causes a lot of issues in terms of analytics and in terms of collecting and understanding the data on a yearly basis. Basically, that we have to compile all of that data into one place, and then we have to perform analytics on it, and then from the other past years has to be compiled in order to perform analytics and so on. So the databases in SQL, I found it to be a very good opportunity for us to scale the database as well as to allow it to be centralized and all the data is in one place. So I've made it so that every entity is inside of a table on itself, and then have all these entities involved into one clinical intervention. So the patient has its own table, the actions that the pharmacist does has its own table, the pharmacist, the medication, and the drug problem all have its own patient. The pharmacist, medication, and the patient are the ones that are going to be uh, uh, larger because there's going to be a lot of medication, there's going to be a lot of pharmacists, there's going to be a lot of patients, but the actions and drug problems are all set as like these specific, like predetermined values, so they're not going to increase or be substantially large in order to it require an index. So I've only made indexes to the patient, the pharmacist, and the medications. That's it. Let's go to the queries that we've done. I've written the queries in advance just so that we can save time. So basically this query, the first one, allows us to see the interventions done by specific pharmacist. So we can change the pharmacist to any other name, and we are going to find out all the interventions that he's done and the intervention dates. In here that I can find the performance analytics, so seeing the number of interventions done by each pharmacist. In here I can find out what is the most common indication in a specified location. So the cardiologist has hypertension, who would have thought, as its most common indication. In this case here, the square is physician response towards the clinical intervention by clinical pharmacist. So I can know how the physician responds to each pharmacist's clinical intervention. In this one, I can find all the details about the patient, the pharmacist, and the medication type and description and action and intervention date by the medication number of the patient. I can also find here the intervention by medication class, so I can see which, like all the each class, what's the clinical intervention that the pharmacist has. In this case, I've chosen antibacterials. My medication name, in this case, lisinopril. And these are the views that I've done. Intervention report is basically an overview of all of the interventions that have been done, ordered by dates, and that's why I limited to 5. And this one allows me to see intervention per location. I've also limited to 5 in this case, just to like not take a lot of space. And that's pretty much it. The inserts, of course, I've done like random data. Doesn't have, like, these are randomly generated data that I've done, like, so that it doesn't include any real data from real patients, just for the demonstration purposes of this project. And that's pretty much it. Thank you. Goodbye.